All right, so this is my TBS Source 1 V3 frame, and it's the HD version because you can move these standoffs back and forth to make room for the air unit. Well, I've got the 1 watt HDZERO transmitter back there, and it works just fine with one of those 20 by 20 to 30 by 30 converters. And I'm going to do the same for the Apex frame.
This is the Impulse RC Apex HD frame. I chose this frame because it had the extended rear area for an air unit, but it only had 20 by 20 mounting in the back, so I bought the converter to put the new 1 watt video transmitter from HDZERO back there. I like the Apex because of its patented Apex style mounting. I could have gone with a number of other frames that would have fit the HDZERO as well, like this Foxeer Air Raw or the Axis Flying Manta 5-inch frame. The Titan from iFlight would have been a good choice too, but I thought it was kind of heavy, so I passed on that option. I think the better option would have been the Nazgold 5 from iFlight. The Lumineer QAVS from Johnny FPV has enough room for an air unit as well. For the 20 by 20 mounting in the rear, you have to have this converter, but we went with the Apex frame.
All right, so we got everything all wired up, starting to look good. I switched over to my phone here so that I could show you guys the video for the HDZERO. So I went through the whole process, but I had to make a new cable, and I had one 7-pin connector, but I didn't have a second to make a new cable with, so I cut an 8-pin connector. I don't know if you could see that, but focus. I just cut the end off one of the 8-pin connectors to make it a 7-pin. You just got to make sure you insert it the right way. But yeah, it works just fine. Maybe I'll make a separate video on how to do that. But for right now, we're gonna power up and get video. So let's do that. All right, so let's power up. And as you can see, I did put a GPS on there. Let's see, here we got video, and we already have video. Come to one side, there we go. A little dirty in there, gonna have to clean these goggles. But yeah, we got video. I went ahead and loaded the firmware and everything, so we're good to go. Now I need to update the receiver since I just put this new receiver on. And yeah, and then we'll go ahead and put her in beta flight, get her all set up there in beta flight, what is it, 431. We'll do that, and we'll go for a test hover. Okay, so the build is all put together. I'd say she looks pretty good. Got the 1 watt transmitter in there for HDZERO. We got Express LRS in the back, and yeah, I'm gonna be using the Radio Master Zorro radio because I like it. It's a neat little thing to have an extra radio. Okay, let's do this quick hover, and then we'll go for a flight.
It was a bit of a windy day, so this is going to be a quick flight video. Basically, the frame selection came down to selecting a frame that could fit a air unit in it, and then putting the adapter if it needed one, if it didn't have the 30 by 30 mounting already, and not using the steel screws, but either using the nylon screws or even a zip tie. That way you had a little bit of play, but not a lot, to position the 1 watt transmitter exactly between the posts. I mean, if it didn't fit, you could probably remove the center posts. That way you can, have the room to fit the 1 watt transmitter, even if the post got in the way. I know Rotor Riot frames, they only have a front and a rear post anyway, so you're not going to be missing that much when it comes to durability if you have 6 posts as opposed to 8 posts. But I digress. It worked fine, and this is a great new quad to add to my collection. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.